What's going on, y'all? Don't forget to click like on this post, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, so that we can get these messages out to people. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I can shed some light on some things. But this one right here, this video right here, is a more personal video because maybe a couple years ago, I did a couple of videos on about some commentary from Tommy Sotomayor. And I am still, to this day, getting his followers coming on my page to insult me or whatnot. So I just wanted to take this time to send do something that he probably would never do, and send you a personal message. For some reason, you guys have a bad habit of coming on my page and utilizing words that you can't even spell. And simple words like alpha and beta. Simple words. 4-letter words, 5-letter words. You can't even spell those words. And for some reason, you come to my page to defend the words of another man. Alright? Meanwhile, calling me a beta nigga. Alright? So, this is what I want y'all to understand. I speak all of my own thoughts, and I'm willing to defend all of my own thoughts. I am willing to explain all of my own thoughts. I am willing to have a conversation with anybody who have a conversation, a debate. I don't do the arguing. I don't do the back and forth. I don't do all of that shit because I'm a grown man. We can have a simple, intelligent conversation. But I want y'all to recognize that I am a man who has his own thoughts and his own opinions about things. And I spit those. I don't regurgitate what someone else says or what someone else thinks. So the fact that you come on my page defending another man's thoughts tells me who's the real beta is. Now, when you come on here on my page to fucking insult me with no real knowledge of who I am, but just because we think differently, and I want you to understand why people think differently. Why you think differently than your homeboy, or why you think differently than your brother or your cousin or your sister or whatever. That's because we all have our own experiences and we all have our own outlook on life. Probably none of us are right. So, probably none of us are right. However, we live our lives the way that we want to live our lives. We believe how we want to believe based on what we have seen. We do what we want to do based on what we have seen. So I will, as a man, I will never ever hold it against you that you think the way that you think. But when you take a word like beta and you bring it to a man who is willing to actually speak his own mind while you come in to defend another person's thoughts, you need to realize and look up these words before you use them. And that you come on here and completely embarrass yourself by not even knowing how to spell your own insults. And it's not just one character that I'm talking about. Most of y'all, when y'all come to my videos, once again, that are 2 years old, and come to my video with some knowledge to be able to insult me properly. Otherwise, I can't respect you. I can't even respect anything that you have to say when you come to me and you throw an insult at me that is misspelled. I can't respect you. I have very little respect for you already because of your mindset. Because You choose to downgrade and berate anyone who doesn't think like you. Anyone who looks like you but doesn't think like you. I already don't have respect for you because you're not coming to me telling me what you think. You're telling me what that man thinks. Or what you think that he thinks. So let's go there. I have never, ever watched any one of his videos where he was talking about how he would put hands on a black man. Never, not once. But I have heard him tell a woman that he would shoot her. I have told him tell a woman that he would beat her ass. I have heard him say on videos how he hates black women so much and they need their asses whooped. So let's be clear. I have heard him, by the way, I have heard him bitch up when he was going on a back and forth with someone who just clearly didn't like him. I've heard that. So let's be clear, when you come to me and you talk to me about being a beta nigga, meanwhile you're defending the words of a fucking coward. I take issue with that. I take issue with that because you actually think that you're actually doing something right. You actually think that you're doing something by defending this man when all you're doing is making yourself look idiotic. Making yourself look as weak as he say that we are. That's what you're doing. You're making yourself look. The main thing that he says is that we're willing to follow anything. That's his main narrative. That we as black people are willing to follow anything. That we do things just not because it's right, but because other people are doing it. Because other people think that way. So how do you respond? You do the same thing for him. Anybody that preaches hatred is not secure within themselves. Anybody who co-signs to the person who preaches hatred is not secure within themselves. As black people, man, and I'm talking to you now, not as an adversary, not as I'm talking to you as a black person. The main thing we got to get past is ourselves. That's the main thing we got to get past. Stop finding reasons to hate each other. Stop allowing people to fucking brainwash you into hating each other. Learn how to celebrate life, the life that was given to us, rather than taking life. Learn how to love each other again. That's the main shit. And if you preaching anything other than that, and if you have no need being on my page. Because all I do is endorse love. Show off.